sort of hit burnout in the new year. I was starting to treat my family with a little bit of disrespect, and a few other sort of things were coming to light, you know, poor finances and all the rest of it, just not managing myself very well. I know who I'm supposed to be now. I'm supposed to be Jon Brooks, Jonathan Brooks, the guy who I was 10 years ago. The guy who, for some reason, just took a wrong turn and has been taking wrong turns ever since. And I'm like down that path somewhere, not knowing where I'm going. And all of a sudden, I can see that path I used to be on and how flipping awesome it was and how awesome life was, you know? And I said to her, there was once upon a time where I wanted to be a creator on YouTube. I wanted to make my own videos. I wanted to, you know, I wanted to do stuff, do more, travel the world, meet people. And instead I've gone down this rabbit hole of being depressed and lonely and hating life to the point of not wanting to be here. And it's not a great, it's an awful place to be. Nobody should ever be in that place or experience that. I thought, you know what? Life is worth living, and god damn it, we all need to do more. We can all find the time. You know, at the moment for me, it's real simple. I come in from work, I'll work on the house. When I'm done, I come down here, I do my daily broadcast to my list. Then I edit my vlog. And for the rest of the day, I'm just working and filming. So I knew why I hit rock bottom back at the start of the year and last year. I knew the reasons why. It's complete overload. So if you can understand why you've hit that point, you can break it down. And for me, it was just small achievable goals in a short time span. Once you've done those, move on, and then yeah, that's how you make progress. You know what? And that's exactly what Jill said to me. She said, are you going to post your videos, or are you going to wait another year and let another year pass you by where you haven't put your content out there?
Yeah.
Because she said this time next year you could be successful, but then you've got nothing to look back on.
Yeah.
And it was just through completely overcommitting on everything. I was still trying to spend like 3 hours a night on the house, and then, you know, more time on the business, and it was getting way too much. And at that point I was living on like 4 hours sleep a night. And yeah, I think it was the day after New Year, I just hit burnout. And yeah, I had to talk from the parents, to talk from my sister, and everyone was like, you know, Jon, we all love you and we all understand why you're doing this. We completely respect you, but something's got to give, something's got to change. And it was at that point I started to reevaluate. So, yeah.
I'm sorry if you see me switching the mic off now and then. This little shit is like banging on things sometimes.
It's fine, mate. It's fine. No worries at all.
It just built a freaking Lego house right there. And it's gonna topple over anytime. Sorry.
I love it. I love it.
I am super impressed, man. Like,
thanks.
Like the level of like self-awareness you have, like that, to kind of realize that, like, okay, maybe I need to, you know, rethink things here or do this and that and whatever. What I find amazing also, this, you were saying the story that like when you hurt your leg and then you were kind of bedridden for a while. And there's like 3 people that I interviewed that had the same thing kind of happen.
Really?
Yeah, the worst obviously being Erica Hens. She was like a motorbike accident twice.
Yeah.
And when she was like kind of, you know, sitting there, and then she, same thing, YouTube.
Yeah. I think it does take something like that to really wake you up. You know, I remember, like, you know, and this is probably the same for everybody, I'm not sure. You know, I've lost a few members of family over the years, and friends. And when you go to their funerals, you always say to yourself, you know, life is too short, you know, I need to do more, I need to make changes, I need to make the most out of my life. Because it really hits you, you know, in there. And then a week or two passes, and then you're back on the same path, you know, and you've never really made those changes. And although something significant has happened, it's quite easy for us just to still stay in our old ways and our old patterns. You know, for me at the moment, the biggest change for me was going to the Elite event in London in November 2019, last year. And it was at that point.
I'm sorry for disturbing you. You did a video on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think it was a 90-day where you were like.
I think I did a live.
Such freaking joy in your face. I'm quite sure you're like, am I?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did a live or two, and then I just did a sort of a normal video as well. But excuse me, it was incredible. I mean, I went there, and within the first hour, I was going to walk out because I was on the verge of having a panic attack. I was on the verge of having a panic attack the night before. I was all over the place. There's like 250 people in this room, 300 people. You got Justin Wolfe and Jill Humphreys and everybody else there, Dan Holloway, and I'm just there, like shaking in the corner, like uncontrollable nerves. And Curls came up to me, and she said,
"Oh, she's so cool."
Oh, she said, "My darling, look, you need to just calm down." And it's quite funny because I met her and Rochelle in London the day before.
Okay.
You know, we were all sort of talking online, and I said, well, I do sort of hang out in London occasionally. I go up and do photography and that. I said, I can show you a few places if you want. So I thought, you know what, I'll step out in the comfort zone. I'll go and meet them in a wine bar, and we'll have some wine. And yeah, you know, never done anything like that before. I just thought, sod it, let's do it. So we did, and that's how, you know, I met Carl for the first time. And yeah, she pulled me to one side, and she said, "You're okay. It's family here. Everybody's the same. Everybody's got a story. Everyone comes from some walk of life. You're just getting yourself in a state over nothing." She said, "Talk to this guy, he'll calm you down." She turned me around, and I was like, Justin Wolfe up here. I was like, God. But again, he was awesome. You know what Justin Wolfe's like, the way he talks. Yeah. He just completely calmed me down and made me realise that, you know what, we are all exactly the same. And those of us that have got more success at the moment than others, and more money at the moment than others, the only difference between us is the time. You know, I'm a great believer that I'm a great believer now that anybody can be like Justin, Dan. You know, it just takes time.
Yeah.
And with the SFM, you've got a plan. And so long as you stick to the plan and you're committed, and you give it everything you got, you can't fail. You can't not succeed. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Yeah. You know, I need to get on with my house. You know, it's all being plastered upstairs at the moment. It's you know, it's awesome. It's great, and I've got a weekend's worth of work I could do this weekend. But I know I haven't really seen my sister or my nephew properly since the new year. It's now, what, the 25th, 6th of January. You know, it's a long time. So I need to make myself available this weekend to see my sister and my nephew and give them time. You know, we need to make those priorities. But yeah, just believe in yourself and believe you can do it, and make time and just do it.
Where did things change for you? So you said like 10 years ago there was a Jon Brooks that you wanted to like return to. Like, what happened? I
think I wanted more out of life, but I went the wrong way about it. So I quit my job where I was a mechanic at Ford for 8 or 9 years, and I then went to chase money. And I moved around from dealership to dealership chasing money. And I wanted to prove to myself that I was good enough to earn a decent wage, to have a nice big house and do it all on my own without getting into debt and going to university and all the rest of it. Because I felt at the time I was looking at all my old school friends online, and they were all at uni having a whale of a time and all that, and I think they were all sort of struggling to get houses, and I was trying to prove a point that I was the better person. Because I'd got bullied a lot in school, I was trying to flip it round and go, well, look where I am now. And it went completely the opposite way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I managed to succeed. When I actually moved here, I was on more money than I could ever dream of. But I was on the verge of probably giving myself a heart attack because I was the most stressful version of myself I've ever been. I wasn't myself at all. I was 3.5 stone overweight. I was smoking. I was drinking. I was hanging around with people that I wouldn't even give a second look at normally. And that's no disrespect to them. It's just they're not the type of people I want to, associate with. And I looked at myself and I just thought, what is going on? What is going on? And like I say, the real turning point for me was, I think there were a couple, because about 2 months before joining the SFM, I started having a few chest pains and a few things weren't quite right. And I realised that the drinking, the smoking, the diet was all seriously poor. And I was going to put myself in an early grave. So I decided to go on a crash diet, quit smoking, quit drinking, and try and get myself back on track. But I just did it all too fast and struggled and wasn't sleeping very well, and I didn't have people to talk to, and talking is so underrated. Talking is one of the greatest things you can do. Just by sitting here talking to you now, I can still learn about myself, and things you say will still have an impact on me. So by talking to people, I realised that I can start to move on, but I didn't realise that until I got into the SFM. So, after that realisation of me being in that poor state, to losing a bit of weight, to then breaking my foot and coming into the SFM, it then wasn't really until I started going through to speaking to the likes of JJ on the calls with him, and really starting to listen and really starting to be open to what's available. I'm one of these people who would very quickly say, no, I don't believe in hypnotism, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. I was 110% one of those people all the time. Now I would say to myself, be open for anything, because anything could happen tomorrow and it could change your life. But you've got to be open and you've got to be willing to accept it. And because of that, and because I got into that mindset, in November when I went to that event in London, and I was surrounded with 250 people from all walks of life, and these coaches and these mentors that wanted to help you, I slipped a little bit, and I was getting into my old panicky self. They straight away looked at me and knew, and they pulled me to one side, and they just surrounded me with love. And do you know what? That Saturday night, I'm there having a pint of beer in the bar with Dan Holloway. It was just mad. The Sunday night, I'm sat there having a pint of Guinness with Justin Wolfe. only because I was open. I was willing to accept it. I was like, okay, I'm still nervous. I'm still shaking. My heart's still going 10 to the dozen. But what is the worst that's going to happen? Someone's going to pin me down, strip me down naked and put me on stage? Don't think so. But even if they did, I'm not going to die. I just laugh about it and run off. What's the worst that's going to happen? And that's what I started to realise. Me doing these vlogs, you know, Jill Humphrey said, for God's sake, put your content out there. She said, how long have you been filming? I said, well, I've been playing around for about 5 months, like seeing how quickly I can edit a vlog and with different styles of filming and doing all the stuff I want to do. She goes, why haven't you posted anything? I said, worried what people are going to think. And then she just looks away from the camera and I'm like, yeah, just do it and be you. So I did. And do you know what, since posting them vlogs, I've had nothing but love. And I've realised that by being myself, people love that. And something I thought about today, actually, I can't remember what it was that triggered it, but no, I can't think what it was. But I thought to myself, what if the Jon Brooks from a year ago went on camera? And what would be the reaction then? And now look at where you are and what the reaction is. You know, because I can guarantee you the Jon Brooks from a year ago, he wouldn't even have 1 subscriber. He wouldn't even have a view because he just, you know, they'd be referring him off to help somewhere. But now I've got in this space, it's, you know, I want to succeed with my business, of course. I want to succeed in life, but I realize most importantly, it's the value that you provide others. I mean, like I said to you, being able to inspire people with my vlogs and ultimately having that adventure of a lifetime is what I want to do. And, you know, I want to travel out to Spain and see Mike, and I'll make damn sure that I do. I want to travel to Australia. There's a couple of people out there who I know are having a tough time, and I've had chats with them online. I'm going to make damn sure I get over there and I'm going to see them, because life's too short. We all need to just do more, be yourself, be creative, show yourself. And yeah, you provide the value to others and you know, there'll be an abundance of it coming back to you. Yeah.
You are in a beautiful space.
Oh, 100%. You only need to, you know, you only need to look at the views of videos compared to the likes to realize that there's a hell of a lot of people out there that just look, watch and listen.
Yeah.
You know, and that is in a sense half the problem, because you need to then make those people take action. Yeah. You need to help them take that step. And I think by doing things like this with what you're doing, it's incredible, it's inspiring, you know, and there's going to be so many people that are silently helped, as well as, you know, coming out physically, you know, over time. So yeah.
Jon Brooks, you are my hero. You're amazing in, like, no, honestly, like your work ethic, and I find it beautiful that you came from wait, one quick question. Do you still consider yourself an introvert though? An extroverted introvert?
I do look at if someone was to say to me, are you an introvert or an extrovert? I would say introvert, 100%. I think it's going to take still time for me to fully deal with being surrounded by a vast quantity of people. You know, and I've got an event next weekend, Dan's event in London, Connect You. I'm going to that and I'm nervous because, again, there's going to be about 200, 300 people. But I did it. You know, I bought the ticket. I clicked on the button. I'm like, I'm going. I'm going. I'm going to take my camera. I'm vlogging. I'm doing it. Going to interview Dan, interview Justin. It's going to happen. And there will be a point where I'm incredibly nervous. The heart will start pounding. I will get sweaty palms. But you know what? Life is flipping awesome if you're just open to anything. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Just riding the wave, you know?